a copy of past beliefs like the Sumerians. How would you answer that as a historian?
As a historian, I would say that if Sumerians have documented a fact and that fact is repeated in the Quran, then it's a fact. It's history. But if they mean people who claim this, that Quran plagiarized blindly from the Bible, from the Sumerians, from the Egyptians, then they are plainly wrong. I'll give you one quick example. When we read the Bible in the book of Genesis, we see that the king of Egypt is Pharaoh at the time of Abraham, at the time of Joseph, and at the time of Moses. So Moses lived somewhere around the New Kingdom period. And Joseph and Abraham were around in the Old Kingdom during the Hyksos periods. So when Hyksos people were ruling Egypt, who were not pharaohs, who were not from the same background, they used the title Your Majesty, King. In their language, it was Humph. So at that time, the title Pharaoh or Para'a in the ancient Egyptian language was not used for the king as a title. It was there as a reference to the great house. But as a title for the king, strictly speaking, it was used repeatedly after the year 1500 BC, during the New Kingdom. So amazingly, the Quran makes that distinction correctly. In chapter 12 of the Quran, Surah Yusuf, when you read the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, Yusuf, when he talks about the king, he doesn't call him Pharaoh, he calls him Malik, simply Malik. But when you come to Moses in the Quran, اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. Go to Pharaoh because he has transgressed. So this distinction is very clear in the Quran, but it is not clear in the Bible. So this is clearly a historic error in the text of the Bible, which the Quran did not copy. So the Quran is clearly not plagiarizing.
How can you prove that the Quran has been preserved until today?
The Quran